Okay, Assalamualaikum. Good day. So this video is to show the diode application in which is in our chapter 2 in syllabus. So at the end of the topic, all students must able to analyze series, parallel, and series parallel diode, explain and analyze the operation of both half and full wave rectifiers, and then analyze the filter regulation and their characteristic. Let's start with the load line concept and graphical analysis. So this is load line concept. Load line is for you to plot the current ID versus the voltage drop across the diode. It will yield the straight line called the load line. This straight line is the load line of possible value of current flow in the circuit. So this is the basic circuit. Here is basic circuit. And then here is the characteristic. First, the blue one is the characteristic of the diode. This one a normal one. So we have here is, let's say here is 0.7 for example. So this is the load line for diode. And then this straight line is at VD, diode voltage, we insert the maximum value of voltage supply. And then here we have current, which is if you run the complete circuit here, current equal to V divided by R, is it? So V is E divided by R. That's why here we have E over R. And then the cross line here we call as Q point. Okay, how to analyze it? Again, you use KVL mesh analysis. When diode is turned off, means ID is 0, V diode equal to E. When the y-axis, here, right, here, when the current is 0, so we do mesh analysis, you have VD equal to E. But when we have value, when VD is 0, when you do another KVL, you will have ID equal to E over R. That's why you got here E over R. Here you got E, and then you have one straight line. Here is the Q point of the cross section. All right. The load line plots all possible currents ID for all voltage applied to diode VD ER maximum. Okay, this one actually rephrase whatever I have explained before. And the intersect is the Q point, which is specific particular ID and VD for a given circuit. So at this Q point, you will obtain this IDQ and then VDQ. You just bring down, then you have the value of IDQ, VDQ. When you want to use it, later I will explain. Okay, here is some theory. What happened when VD means supply increase? So you can see the higher value of voltage supply, you will have the higher Q point. Here Q1, let's say here is 1, here is 2, here is 3. You can see the higher E value, the straight line will be higher, therefore you get the higher Q point. But what happened when the R value is increased, but the voltage supply is remain the same? Let's say you supply here 4 volt, and then with the higher value of resistance, you will have the lower value of current. That means is terbalik. Kalau R makin tinggi, current makin rendah. So the Q point will be lower. Okay, this is the basic analysis. Now we start one example. From the circuit given, assume the value of R is 2 ohm and E is 5 volt. Find VD. Alright. So you can have here when ID is 0, VD is 5 volt. And when VD is 0, ID is 5 divided by 2 ohm. So you got 2.5. So how the load line will be? Here is the load line will be. Let's say here, you turning on is here. Let's say here is 0.3. When you want to get this characteristic, from the diode lah, basic diode. So you can have here 5 volt is E, and then here is the current. So you will have this Q point. approximately 2.2 milliamp, and here you have around 0.62 volt. So this is Q point. The IV characteristic of the diode must be known. Ni important Benda ni you nak tahu daripada mana? Biasanya daripada datasheet ataupun given. If question gives to you, okay, this is a diode characteristic, now draw the straight line and get the Q point. Contoh soalan. So yang ini saya dah bagi siap-siap. Yang merah ni, and then you just draw the straight line and then you obtain the Q point. That's all. Okay, example number 2. Employing the diode characteristic, determine the VDQ, IDQ, and VR. So again, this one, berapa nilai dia? Let's say kita roughly draw here. Let's say dia kat sini. Okay, and then here let's say 1 volt lah. Kat sini is 1 volt. So E is 10 volt. 10 volt, kita agak-agak ratio dia somewhere here, 10. And then R is 1, that means I bila VD equal to 0, VE equal to 0, I equal to 10 divided by 1K. So you will have around 10 milliampere. So let's say here is 10 milliampere. So you get the straight line. Here is the Q point. And here. Okay. So berapa VDQ dia? Agak-agak lah. Berapa? Ni main I just roughly draw je. Here's the answer. Here's the Q point. Let's say 0.5 naik kan. So you think this one germanium ke silicon? This is germanium. Let's say 0.3. So dia akan naik. Again, I kata this one jangan risau sangat. Usually I give you this one. This drawing. So you draw the Q point. 10 milliamp. So you will have the Q point lah. Anggaran berapa. Ni sebab yang tadi I buat ni just draw kasar je. This one using the right range apa semua. You got the correct one lah. Okay. Now, diode circuit analysis. Diode can conduct current in only one way direction. Dah tahu last chapter we done already, and then you punya lab 1 pun dah cover. In order to analyze the application diode, we must have to understand the condition when diode is on, apa jadi, and bila off, apa berlaku. There are 2 basic condition for diode in the on state. A diode must be forward bias. Itulah, diode mesti harus mengalir ke sini lah. Let's say this is the diode. Current must go flow this way. Condition of the arrow of the diode must be the same direction of the current flowing. Dia mesti sama. The supply voltage E must be greater than diode when it is on state or off state. Contohnya, ni on state 0.7. So supply E tu mesti lebih besar daripada 0.7 baru diode boleh on state. Ataupun lebih besar daripada 0.3 untuk germanium. Okay. In reverse bias, diode act as open VD. Dia akan act as open. Therefore, VD equal to source voltage and ID equal to 0. Pelik tak? Kenapa jadi macam tu? Here you have VD, resistor, diode in turn on condition. So here is E, here is R, plus minus VD. Diode turn on, turn off. So dia akan jadi open circuit. So bila you do mesh analysis, negative E plus IDR plus VD equal to 0. So ID equal to 0 sebab tak ada current mengalir. So this one ignore. So VD will be E. That's you get this one lah. Okay. Next, series diode configuration with DC input. This condition when in on state. Okay. Again series diode configuration ni series. Nanti kita akan tengok parallel lah. So series, ini sama macam I explain tadi. The VD must equal to V ni. V ni apa? Lutut. Ni lutut lah ni. Ini dipanggil lutut lah ni. For diode to operate. Substitute the equivalent circuit for on diode. Dia tengah on kan. So bila on, you ada supply kat sini, you replace with supply. Dia jadi macam VD lah. Plus minus VD, so ada berapa volt? 0.7. And then you do the mesh analysis, you do the KVL, therefore then you got the current. Current equal to VR divided by R. VR tu berapa? Ni lah. You got VR itu berapa yang soal lah. Very direct. Sebab diode ni just satu komponen simple. Tapi off state is different. So, bila off state, that means current masih lagi macam ni. Cuma diode you balik tengok So, bila current go flow this way, diode will turn off. So, dia akan turn off. Bila turn off, you replace it with open circuit. Bila open circuit, you do analysis, so you get VD equal to E. Exactly macam yang I explained at previous slide. Alright? Okay, now we go to the example 3. From figure, tengok ada jawapan tak? Ada. Okay, ada pula. Okay. From figure 3, determine VD, VR and ID. Okay, so this one, first you must consider forward ke reverse bias? Forward bias. So this is forward bias. So macam mana cek VD? Bila forward bias, VD kita tahu directly 0.7. Kenapa? Sebab dia silikon. Now, VR pula berapa? VR equal to E minus VD equal to 8 volt minus 0.7, you will get 7.3 volt. So you got VD, VR. Last, ID. ID equal to IR equal to 7.3 divided by 2.2K. So you got around 3.32 milliampere. So this is the answer of ID, VR and VD. Okay. So this is the answer solution dah bagi jawapan, sorry I counting overlap tu. Okay, now we go to example number 4. So this one. Repeat example 3 with diode reverse. So diode reverse dia akan turn off. Okay, VD berapa? VD equal to E. This come from theory. Equal to 8 volt. And then VR sama dengan berapa? VR sama dengan kosong. Sebab because ID equal to 0. So you got dapat VR also ID pun 0. So this is the solution. Open circuit and so on lah. Okay. Next. Tadi source notation. Okay, so this one. This one symbol sources yang kita pakai. So for this case, let's say kan kalau you guna multi-C pun, you ada VDD atas ni and then you sambung pada resistor and then let's say sambung with diode and so on lah, ground. Okay, this is one circuit. So VDD ni sama dengan macam mana simbol dia? Let's say the symbol is 10 volt. So dia ialah sama macam ni, bateri. Okay, actually this one kalau dia tulis tu 10 volt, dia actually macam ni, positif, negatif, ground. 10 volt. Similar jangan bila soalan biasa belajar simbol macam ni, suddenly question come up with this symbol, you dah blur. So ni kena tahulah. Okay. So ni kalau negatif 5 pula, dia akan jumpa negatif dulu, baru jumpa positif. Jumpa negatif, baru positif. Alright. Next. Example number 5. From figure, determine VD, VR and ID. Draw is VR characteristic, VI characteristic. Okay, ni new thing lah. It's not, tak adalah new thing sangat. Okay, first you must consider this one. Diode akan turn on atau turn off? Teka. Dia akan turn off. Kenapa? Sebab silikon untuk turn on ni 0.7 volt, tapi ni supply 0.5. So you will have, bila turn off nya state, VD equal to 0, 0.5, maknanya dia sama dengan E. ID equal to 0, VR equal to 0. So, So you dapatlah this 4 ni, and then macam mana nak buat ID characteristic? Okay, ID characteristic is this one. Okay, kita ada off state sampai sini on state. Berapa voltage kat sini? 0.7 volt. Okay, so bila 0.5 ni kat belah mana? Somewhere here, 0.5. Maksudnya dia tengah off state punya condition. Alright? So ni boleh baca balik lah. Ni saya dah contohin. Tengok slide you, tengoklah. Operating is 0.5 volt. Okay, this is how dia punya figure. Okay, now we go to example number 6. Ini yang saya kata tadi ni. Simbol dia berbeza kan? Betul? Okay, so let's draw the equivalent circuit. So dekat sini ni sebenarnya dia ada positif, negatif, 12 volt. Okay, so we want to know VD. VD ni dekat mana? VD. VD kat mana? Rasa. VD actually this one lah. The whole diode VD. So VD ni you rasa berapa? Okay, now dia akan turn on ke turn off you rasa? It will turn on because we have VD must equal to 0.7 plus 0.3. So you get around 1 volt. And then supply voltage is more than 1 volt. So we have VD is 1 volt. Now we find you need to find the ID. ID sama dengan berapa? 12 volt minus 1 volt divided by 5.6 kilo. So you will have around 1.96 milliamp. Okay, next question. Berapa VR? VR sama dengan berapa? VR equal to 12 minus 1. So you will have 11 volt VR. Okay. So you will have this all the answer. You have VO. VO ni sama dengan VR lah. VR. So here is VR equal to VO juga. Sama. Sebab dia parallel Okay. Now we go to next example. Determine VD, VO, ID. First question. So VD you akan ada dua nampak. This one is VD2. So this one is VD1 lah. Okay. Now I want to ask you. Dia akan turn on ke turn off? Tak tahu. Okay. So dia akan turn off. Dia akan turn off. Sebab current boleh flow this one. The first diode okay. Tapi second diode dia berlawan arus. So dia akan turn off kat sini jadi open circuit. So how to open bila this one open circuit, so ini dapat berapa? Dia akan dapat kosong. Dia tak arus tak mengalir tapi dia tak open. Okay. Okay, saya ulang balik VD kosong, VD1 ni dia tak open tapi at the same time current not flow this one. So bila you do the mesh analysis KVL minus 12 volt plus VD1 minus VD2 plus VO equal to 0. Okay, so VO is 0. VD1 is 0. Oh no, this one is not still plus. Plus VD2 Okay, kenapa VD1 0 sini? Kenapa VO 0? Sebab current tak mengalir kat sini. There's no current. IR equal to 0. So, bila no current here, we have VD2 equal to 12 volt. So, you got value of VD2. Next, ID. ID sama dengan berapa? Very direct. ID kat sini mesti kosong. Sebab dia ada open circuit. Dia mesti kosong M. VO sama dengan berapa? VO sama dengan kosong. Kenapa kosong? Sebab IR equal to 0. Tak ada arus mengalir sini So you will have the answer. You may check on the slide. So here we have VD2 equal to 12 volt, ID equal to 0, equal to 0. Alright, next example. Determine I, V1, V2, and VO. Okay. So macam mana? Again, don't pening-pening. You do the mesh analysis. First, you must consider silicon. Diode ni akan turn on ke turn off? Fikir-fikirkan. It will turn on. It will turn on. Okay. So, macam mana nak turn on? Sebab kat sini 0.7 je. Tapi kat sini 10 volt, tolak 5, ada 5 volt lagi supply. Okay. So, how to do the analysis? First, you do analysis is negative 10 volt plus V1. V1 is I. V1 is I R1 plus 0.7 plus I R2 minus 5 equal to 0. Ini clear So, daripada sini, you boleh dapat apa? You can get I R1 plus R2 equal to 10. Oh, no. Betul lah. Negative 10 minus 5, negative 15. Negative pindah sebelah, you got 15 minus 0.7. So, you got I equal to 14.3 divided by 4.7 plus 2.2, 6.9. So, you will have around 2.07 milliamp. Okay, so you dapat value of I. VO sama dengan berapa? VO sama dengan V2 sama dengan I R2. V1 sama dengan berapa? V1 sama dengan I R1. So you calculate, you will have this answer. So 2.07 milliamp, betul lah. 2.7 milliamp, ada milli tadi dia tulis kan. So V2 V1 sama dengan I R1, you dapat this one. V2 equal to IR2 4.56. Untuk VO salah. Sorry guys. Untuk VO, you must have this one. You do another analysis kat sini. Untuk V2 So you have negative VO plus V2 minus 5 must equal to 0. So you get VO equal to V2 is 4.56 minus 5. So you got 0, negative 0.44 volt. Okay, sorry. Sebab saya tak perasannya kat sini. So bila buat ni, you must consider another mesh analysis lah. Alright. Now, so we complete analysis in part 1. Now we go to the parallel. Tadi series diode kan? Now parallel diode calculation with DC input. Okay. We start with the first example. Determine VO, I1, ID1 and ID2. Okay. So macam mana? Menarik ni. VO ni, okay, first you must consider. You rasa diode S1, diode 1 and diode 2 is turn on ke turn off? It will turn on. Why? Because supply here we have 10 volt, but here require 0.7 and then this one in parallel. So, dia akan turn on. Then dia akan jadi circuit on lah. Now we go to VO. VO sama dengan berapa? Dia boleh dapat direct je. VO is equal to VD2 equal to 0.7 volt. Very direct. Now we go to ID2. No. I1. I1 macam nak dapat is 10 volt minus 0.7 volt divided by 0.33k. You buat analysis kat sini lah. Kat sini drop dia 0.7 sebab this one is parallel. So jangan pening-pening. Dia bila selari, sama je voltage, selari. Okay. Tapi kalau dia ada resistor, dua-dua sini resistor, you kena ada calculation lah. Contohnya sini ada resistor, dia jadi lain lah. But this one parallel, atas ada resistor, very clear. You boleh buat direct calculation. So you will have around 28.18 milliamp. Next, ID1. ID1 equal to ID2. Equal to what you rasa? Ini nodal analysis. Nodal analysis. So you tahu kat sini, current kat sini, we know I1 must equal ID1 plus ID2. Therefore, ID1, ID2 ni equal to 28.18 milliamp divided by 2 lah, bagi 2. Nilai dia sama. So you will have around 14.09 milliamp. Okay, here's the answer. Check betul tak? Okay, betul. 14.09. Kat sini silap. Ni patutnya I1. Sorry. Okay, now we go to next example. Example number 10. Again, this one is parallel. Okay, so this one. First, you must consider. You rasa diode mana akan turn on? D1 or D2? Okay, basic punya supply. Sini 20 volt, sini 4 volt. So, you rasa total mana menang? Dia akan menang. E1 akan win. So, current akan mengalir ke sana. Voltage-nya berapa? 16 volt in total. So, diode mana akan turn on? Diode 1. So, this one akan turn off. Dia akan jadi open circuit. So, dia suruh cari current I. I equal to 20 minus 0.7 minus 4 volt divided by 2.2K. So, you will have around 6.95 milliamp. Okay? So, you tengok ni again, this one bawah ni open circuit. Ini akan on. And then the calculation is 6.95 milliamp. Alright. Next example, example 11. From figure 11, determine VO. Ini lain daripada yang lain. Betul tak? Sekarang we have 12 volt. 12 volt. Logiknya 12 volt dia boleh turn on silicon and germanium. Betul? But this one special. You jalan kiri. Okay, let's say you tengok monitor lah. You jalan kanan, you jumpa germanium. You jalan kiri, you jumpa silicon. First, you akan supply both with the 12 volt punya voltage. Mana turn on dulu? Germanium ke silicon dulu? Germanium akan turn on dulu. Dia akan menang. So, once dia dah turn on, voltage ni, power supply, dia tak fikir panjang lah. Dia dah lalu kat sini je. Dia malas dah nak pergi sini. Kau lambat sangat turn on, dia pilih jalan-jalannya first come first serve lah. So, germanium start dulu, dia akan jalan kat sini dulu. Okay. So, VO sama dengan berapa? VO must equal to 12 minus 0.3, so you have 11.7 volt. Okay? 7 macam berdua pula. Okay, so here determine diode. Ni, dia akan turn on dulu. So, VO you have 0.7 volt. Next, example 12. Ini dah banyak example kita buat. Hopefully you all aware lah. All the calculation. Menarik sebenarnya calculation diode ni. Determine I1, I2 and ID2. Okay, here is I1, ID2, I2. Alright. So you have again this one. Diode ni dua-dua ni akan turn on ke turn off? What do you think? Turn on, mesti turn on. Here have 20 volt, mengalir banyak ni ha. Okay. Next question. I1. Ni paling senang cari. Bila dua-dua turn on, I1 ni berapa? I1 paling senang nak calculate. I1 VR1 dia akan parallel with VD2. Okay. This mean I1 you very direct lah. I1 equal to VD2 divided by 3.3K equal to 0.7 divided by 3.3K. So you will have 0.212 milliamp. Okay, ni clear, I1. Now, we go to I. Next, kita akan cari VR2. Kita akan cari VR2 paling senang. VR2 equal to berapa? You do mesh analysis here. Equal to 20 minus 1.4 volt minus divide by, oh no, minus 1.4 lah. You akan dapat 18.6 volt. Okay, dapat 18.6 volt. Now we go to I2 pula. I2 equal to 18.6 divided by 5.6k. So you have around 3.32 milliamp. Okay, so ni dah dapat, I2 dah dapat, I1 dah dapat, ID2. ID2 sama dengan berapa? Tahu? Tak tahu? ID2, again, this one is mesh analysis. Nodal analysis. So kita ada di sini. Masuk sama dengan keluar. Okay. So, ID2 plus I1 must equal to I2. Ini nodal analysis I2 kita dah tahu, I1 kita dah tahu. So, ID2 equal to I2 minus I1. 3.32 milli minus 0.212 milli. So, you will have 3.108 milliamp. Okay, so again sama 3.108, 3.32 milli, 2.2, 3.108, 2.12, 3.32. Okay, sama. Next, ini application of the diode. Okay, so kita apply diode as a switch yang pertama. Since diode can conduct current in only one way, we can act as a switch lah. Maksudnya ada arus mengalir, pop dia akan turn on. Okay, maknanya dia jadi switching punya elemen lah. Lebih dari 0.7 dia akan turn on. Okay, next, diode as a rectifier. Rectifier ni untuk apa? Untuk convert AC voltage into DC voltage. Maksudnya, nantilah kita akan masuk nak convert antara daripada AC pergi kepada DC. Ini rectifier Nanti kita akan go through. So, the basic function of DC power supply is to convert AC voltage to a smooth DC voltage. Ni rectifier ni. Kita tengok, kalau kita sambung kepada diode, so dia akan on, let's say dia ada sine wave daripada sini, dia akan jadi pada sini. Macam mana? Bila negatif je, diode kat dalam tu, dia akan off lah. Bila off, zero voltage lah. Tu yang berlaku lah. Okay, so daripada sini, AC jadi kepada yang positive side, negative side kita dah eliminate, dah buang. Okay, this is we call half wave rectifier. Maknanya separuh daripada wave tu dia akan jadikan rectifier lah, maksudnya jadikan DC lah, dia buang separuh. Okay, complete power supply with rectifier, filter. So bila dia pergi rectifier, pergi kepada filter, dia akan jadi macam ni, DC. Dia masuk kepada voltage regulator, dia akan regulate pula dan last jadi load lah. So ni nak jadikan satu power supply. Daripada sini, pergi rectifier, dia akan jadi macam ni. Jumpa filter, dia akan filter yang belah-belah bawah ni. Dia akan jadi ala-ala straight line. Actually bukan macam ni lah, dia akan ada ripple sikit. Macam tu lah. And then last sekali, bila masuk regulator, dia akan jadi straight line. So, this is how the power supply mode lah. Now, we go to half wave rectifier. This analysis for sinusoidal input. Maksudnya sine input lah. Okay. So, this is how the circuit work. V-in is this one V-in. So, bila masuk, positif masuk, arus akan mengalir. Arus akan mengalir bila positive side. So, yang positif akan remain lah. V-out akan dapat positif ni. But this one is V-in minus 0.7. Kena consider. Tapi, bila reverse bias, apa akan berlaku? Bila reverse bias, arus akan mengalir ke sini. So dia akan turn off jadi open circuit, so output kat sini akan jadi kosong. So dekat sini bagian reverse bias dia akan jadi kosong. Okay, this is half wave rectifier. Again, this is the analysis. The diode only conduct when is forward bias. Ni saya terangkan bersama lah. Okay. For ideal diode, bila ideal, that means kat sini kita consider zero voltage drop. Ideal kita tahu So bila dapat ni kat sini maksimum dia akan sama, maintain, tak akan berubah. Okay. Tapi kalau you pakai silicon, kat sini akan jadi Vm minus 0.7. Bezalah. So this one half wave rectifier allow conduct only 180 or half of the complete cycle. Output frequency is the same as the input. So ni B average lah, boleh BRMS ni calculation lah, all the theories. So output dia akan jadi macam ni lah. Kosong, naik, kosong, naik, kosong, naik, so on. For ideal diode, DC voltage is VDC is 0.318. Mana dapat ni? Calculation lah. For the practical diode, when silicon diode is used, VP minus VK. VK. Ni VK ni lah yang 0.7. 0.7. So dia akan jadi maksimum dia akan berubah. Turun sebanyak 0.7 volt. Okay, now we go to the example. Sketch the output VO and determine the DC level of the voltage for ideal diode. Macam mana nak buat? So, kat sini, what happen? Dia akan jadi positif ke negatif? Okay, tengok diode dia terbalik beza dengan example yang saya bagi tadi kan. So, what happen here, yang belah atas ni dia akan jadi zero, dia akan padam, and then bawah dia akan turn on. So, here is the solution. Dia belah sini, negative cycle dia akan turn on, so dia akan jadi zero. V peak dia maintain 20 volt. Kenapa? Sebab kat sini dia tak tulis silicon. Kalau tulis silicon lain kita. So, you dapat VP, VDC equal to, ni formula je, apa je? 0.318 multiply VP. Tapi kat sini negatif. Kenapa negatif? Sebab VP is negative 20 volt. Mari kat sini negatif volt depan lah. So you got 6.36 volt. Okay, now yang B. What is ideal diode? Kalau kita pakai silicon, so you will have minus, you must be minus with 0.7. So you get 6.14. So berapa voltage drop dia? Ni 2.2 volt. Voltage drop ni compared pada calculation ni lah. Ni. Okay. Question last tadi apa? The VP increase to 200 volt. So kalau dia naik kepada 200 volt, apakah berlaku? Ideal, practical, berapa? Ni just in the theory. You can see here, voltage drop dia masih lagi sama. Sama je macam ni. Okay. Okay, now transformer are often used for voltage change and isolation. Transformer kita nak tukar voltage, maknanya daripada rendah pada besar ke besar pada rendah semualah. Ni patutnya dah cover dekat dia ada subject actually. Just recall. Now we go to the diode rating. PIV, benda baru PIV is the maximum voltage when it is in reverse bias. Because the diode is only forward bias, sorry. For one half of the AC cycle, it is then also of the half cycle, okay, normal. PIV is the maximum voltage across the diode when it is in reverse bias. The diode must be capable to withstand with the amount of voltage. Maksudnya, kita tahu diode ni karakteristik macam mana? Ni naik kan? Tapi yang negatif ni sampai mana boleh? Berapa boleh? Kita tak tahu. Mana nak tahu daripada datasheet. Sebab kita tak nak benda ni akan merosakkan diode. Kalau lebih daripada PIV, dia akan off the diode tu akan rosak lah. Terbakar ke apa ke. Now we have tadi half wave rectifier. Half wave maksudnya Perasan tak? Half wave tadi, daripada sini dia akan buang. So dia akan jadi ni kosong, kosong. Tapi yang ini pula kita namakan full wave rectifier. Full wave Maksudnya yang belah negatif ni pun dia akan naikkan ke atas jadikan positif. Jadi macam ni. Okey. Ni formula V average apa semua lah, nanti boleh check sendiri lah. So untuk calculation dia, VA output dia sama dengan 0.637 multiply with VP. Tadi berapa? 0.3 kan? 0.318. So this one is double. 637. VRMS masih lagi sama, V peak divided by square root 2. Okay. How it happen? Ni secara teori Half wave macam ni. Full wave kita nak macam ni. Dua-dua ni atas. Okay. There's two way untuk buat circuit dia. First is bridge rectifier. Next is center tap transformer rectifier. We start with bridge rectifier. Okay. So this is the full wave bridge rectifier take advantage of the full output of the secondary wind. Maknanya dia akan dapat full output. Employs 4 diode. Arrange such flow. Ni susunan dia. Okay, macam mana current dia berlaku? Next slide. Okay, so for positive cycle. Positive cycle, kita ada ni transformer. Current akan mengalir ke sini tengok. Okay, tengok balik atas. Full wave, dia akan mengalir ke sini, pergi ke ground. And then pun, daripada ground ni, ground sama ni. Dia akan pergi ke sini. Okay. Dia akan avoid. Dia akan jadi satu complete circuit. Dia akan jadi satu complete circuit, so dia akan ada positif sini. Dia, kenapa daripada sini, tak pergi ke sini? Sebab sampai sini dah jumpa current yang lain, so dia akan pergi current yang kosong. Dia macam ni dah. Kat sini ada rintangan, ada current yang tinggi, so dia tak nak pergi sana, baik pergi tempat kosong. So that's why dia akan masuk ke sini. Ke sini. But when negative cycle happen, again from here negative, dia akan pergi atas tu dan pusing ke sini. Okay. You jangan fikir start dari sini tau. You start daripada negatif. Maknanya sini positif, dia akan pergi sini kan. Dia akan naik sini tu. And then turun ke ground. Kenapa dia tak pergi sini? Dah berlawan. So dia akan pergi sini, pergi ground. And then daripada ground, sampai sini, kenapa tak pergi sini? Because here got another current. So dia pergi tempat yang kosong ni. Kosong, dia pusing. So dia akan jadi macam ni lah. That's why akan ada dua input. Okay. So, this one for ni lah. Ni let's say. Tadi kan tadi, tengok atas ni. Kita ada resistor ke. Ini untuk output voltage. So, mana tadi? This one. Okay. So, bila jumpa resistor ni VO, tadi kat atas ni, VO nya kat sini tau. Tapi tengok sini ground kan? Dia equivalent letak sini, pergi ke ground. Equivalent. So, bila dah sambung kat tengah-tengah tu, nampaklah bila positive cycle, dia akan pergi sini. Kenapa tak pergi sebelah sini? Sebelah sini, berlawanan diode dia. Dia akan pergi sini, pergi resistor, pergi ground. Ni kan tadi ada ground kan? So, dia akan pergi sini, complete one circuit. Kenapa kat sini tak pergi sini? Kenapa tak pergi sini? Sebab sini ada current. Akan pergi sini. Bila negative cycle pun sama. Okay, so dia akan jadi satu full wave rectifier. Okay, PIV. PIV VP plus. Okay, this one just formula. The PIV for bridge rectifier is approximately half the PIV of the center tap rectifier. Note that in most cases, we take the diode drop into account. Most of the cases, kita akan consider this drop voltage. 0.7. So, kenapa 1.4? Because dia akan go through pada dua diode. Dua diode. Okay? Now we go to the center tap circuit. Ini full wave rectifier juga. Tapi ini kita namakan dia center tap. Dia kurang efisien berbanding pada bridge tadi. Sebabnya bila positif, ni very simple lah. Positif dia mengalir sini, pergi ground settle. Negatif mengalir sini, pergi ground settle. So dia akan dapat dua-dua. The peak output is only half of the transformer peak secondary voltage. Dia dapat separuh je. Itu kekurangan yang inilah. Okay. So this is punya circuit. So bila positif dia akan mengalir ke sini, negatif dia akan mengalir ke sini dan begini. Okay. So you dapat ni simbol aja sama macam tadi. How the analysis dia? Apply KLV. PIV ni voltage diode lah. V secondary, VM plus VR. So kita akan dapat PIV is 2 VM. Okay. Okay, now we go to the example 14. Determine the output of the network below and calculate the output DC level and require PIV for each diode. Okay, so disuruh apa? Determine the output below, calculate the output DC level. Okay, how the solution? Let's say bila positif dia akan mengalir ke mana? Fikir. Nak tak nak dia mesti pergi pada VO. So bila positif dia akan mengalir sini, masuk sini, VO. Lepas tu dia akan pergi sini. Okay, kenapa dia tak masuk sini? Kenapa tak pergi sini? Sebab dia dah open. Dia dah tak sambung dah. Next. Bila negatif macam mana pula? Negatif, dia akan pergi sini. Nak ke mana dulu? Kalau dia pergi sini, calculate this. Oh, okay. Bila negatif tak boleh. Dia kena masuk sini. Dia by hook by crook kena pergi positif VO juga. Kita akan pergi sini. Masuk sini. Masuk sini. Okay. Ni current flow dia. Here's the calculation. Solution dia. From the figure, tu saya kata tu. Bila positive cycle, dia akan mengalir ke sini. From the figure, VO equal to half C, itu half multiply with 10 volts, you akan dapat 5 volt lah. VO. Separuh daripada peak dia tu. And then this one PIV. Ni bila we redraw the circuit Okay, sorry. Dia bukan half wave, dia bukan full wave. Dia half wave rectifier je. So bila negatif ni dia nak buat current sini, so dia akan mengalir. So sini dia akan ada parallel circuit je. Then dia akan ada satu 2K. 2K ni VO lah. Ini ialah VO. Okay. So VO dia kenapa separuh? Sebab dia parallel. Kat sini dah ada dua voltage beza lah. Kat sini drop dah beza. Sini akan jadi 5 volt. Sini akan jadi 5 volt. So sini akan jadi 5 volt lah. Okay. So now we go to the rectifier circuit summary. Ini formula yang you kena memorize lah. VM is what? Peak voltage of the AC voltage. Okay, that's all. So, thank you. Assalamualaikum and bye-bye.